welcome. My name's Orly, and today I would like to invite you to give yourself a moment, a little bit of time, a little bit of space to prioritise you. We have a lot of information moving through our minds. We have lots of things that are drawing our energies and our attentions in many different directions. And today I would like to guide you through a meditation that will encourage all of that noise to dissipate, that will invite you to let go of the things that perhaps feel overwhelming or feel demanding, that you could benefit from releasing, from relinquishing, in order to make more space for you, in order to be more present for you, to show up for yourself in the way that you deserve. Without further ado, make yourselves comfortable. Get cozy. Either you can sit up or you can lie down. Position the body in a way that feels good, in the way that feels most nourishing for you at this moment in time. And take a few deep rounds of breath. Letting go of the day you've had so far. Arriving into the present moment as best you can. Let the body soften. And send your attention into your brain. Notice any thoughts that are present there. Anything that's occupying you, anything that feels heavy or pressing. And what have you been focusing on recently the most? And is there anything you can afford to let go of in order to make space, to be more present? Are you giving more attention to one thing than it needs? Does it feel as though there's something specific taking a lot of energy from you? Focus on one thing, hone in on one thing you would like to let go of, on one thing you would like to find a little distance from, even if it's just briefly, even if it's just a moment for yourself, a moment to step away from whatever's preoccupying you. Imagine now that you are sitting on a beach or lying on a beach. Imagine that the sea ahead of you is vast and expansive, and the sky above you is open and clear. And as far as you can see, there are no other living beings, no people, no animals. This space is yours. You notice how your body feels here. You imagine that the tide is close and the sand beneath you supportive. Now visualize reaching up towards your forehead or your temple, and imagine that you are able to take a hold of the thing you identified moments ago, that aspect of your current experience that's taken a lot of attention or a lot of focus or a lot of energy, that thing you would like to let go of or move away from or relinquish, even if just briefly. Imagine that you can take a hold of it, that you can gather it up in your hand. Imagine that it becomes solid and it takes on a shape, maybe an abstract shape, or maybe a shape that relates to the thing you're hoping to move away from today, the thing you're intending to leave behind or let go of. Think about how that feels in your hand. It is solid. It is tangible. You can feel it. If you look down, you could see it. Hold on to it and feel that your mind already is more open. Your mind feels less heavy, the brain less encumbered by that obstacle, whatever it may be, by that thing you're ready to let go of. Hold on to it in your hand now. And then think about the ocean ahead of you, beginning to ascend up the shore, moving along the sand towards your body, situated here, lying or sitting within this space that is all yours. Imagine that the ocean continues to rise up, and as it does, you feel safe. You are not worried. You do not feel endangered. You know that if this ocean of your imagination were to submerge you completely, you would still be able to breathe. There is no danger here. You are safe. You imagine that the ocean continues to rise and you feel supported by it. You are embraced, you are held. You remain in situ against the sand, but your body feels light. And as the tide continues to rise, it finally reaches your hand, and within your hand, it touches that object that represents something you would like to let go of, something that is taking up a lot of space in your brain. And you imagine that as the ocean meets it, that thing in your hand starts to bubble and dissolve a little like a bath bomb. And you imagine that the ocean continues to rise. And that obstacle, that heavy thing from your brain, becomes lighter and lighter now in your hand, and it dissipates out into the ocean around you. Until eventually, there is nothing at all left in your hand. Your palm is open, and your mind too feels a little emptier, more able to focus, more able to designate that space that's appeared now, that space that's relinquished, to the things that feel more important. You can dedicate that space to yourself, or to other things you'd like to focus on in your life, other things you'd like to give a little more attention to. You imagine that that which you do not need, that which has been taking up a lot of brain space for you recently, is either no longer in your mind, or it has become less prominent. It is less visible at the forefront of your brain. Or maybe you simply imagine letting go of it just for now, knowing that you can return to it when you're ready. You feel light physically and mentally, energetically, buoyant, the ocean carrying you. And you continue to feel light as the ocean washes over you, cleansing you, taking away the remnants of that thing you took from your mind. The tide begins to descend. The ocean moves down the shore. It moves away from your body. And you feel the coolness of the air on your damp skin. And you feel the heaviness of your body against the sand, and you feel so supported and so at peace here, so present. The mind is open, and your energy levels already feel replenished. And you appreciate the fact you've taken the time here to make space for you. And you hold on to that presence, to that lightness, to that sense of creating potential here. When you open up space through letting go of something, there is so much you can fill it with. There is so much potential here to be had. And you feel present within your mind, within your body, and ready to take any opportunity that comes your way, to focus your attention and your energies on things that deserve that focus, that care, that time, and that thought. And maybe you dedicate that space to you, or to something else that nourishes you, and something else that allows you to grow. You notice how the space feels around you now, the space from which you're practicing. How your body feels against the mat, how the air feels against your skin. And you notice what your brain is doing. And you acknowledge any shift within your mind, as big or as small as that may be. And you thank yourself for taking the time to let go of what you do not need in order to make space of the things that serve you. You appreciate having shown up for this practice for yourself. And as you move into the rest of your day or your evening or your week, perhaps you set an intention to continue to make space where available for you. Thank you so much for showing up for this practice. It's been a pleasure to connect with you in this way. Hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you again for being here.